Hi, I'm going to read a book. The book is called Making Storybook Friends. The story I'm going to read is called The Bee and the Goats. Once there was a boy who lived with his father and his mother. They were very poor, but they had 3 goats. One was a big goat, one was a little goat, and one was not so big and not so little. Not far from their house was a hill. Early every morning, the boy took the goats to the hill. All day long, he watched them as they ate the green grass. Then every evening, he took them home again. One morning, the goats ran away from the boy. Instead of going to the hill, they ran into a turnip field. "What shall I do?" said the boy to himself. "I must get our goats out of the turnip field." Then he tried and tried, but he could not get them out. He thought and thought, but he did not know what to do, so he sat down on the grass by a big bush and cried. When the boy had been crying for a long time, a black cat came by. "Why are you crying?" asked the cat. "Are you lost?" "No, I'm not lost," said the boy. "I cry because our goats are in the turnip field. I ran and ran, but I could not get them out. Please, Black Cat, will you help me get them out of the turnip field?" "Yes," said the Black Cat, "I will do it for you." So the cat tried and tried, but she could not get the goats out. Then she sat down on the grass by the big bush and cried. Soon a rabbit hopped by. The rabbit heard the cat crying, so he asked, "Why are you crying?" "I cry because the boy cries," said the cat. "I cry because I cannot get our goats out of the turnip field," said the boy. "I will help you," said the rabbit. "I will get your goats out of the turnip field." The rabbit hopped after the goats, but they would not come out of the turnip field. So the rabbit sat down on the grass by the big bush and cried too. While they were crying, a fox came by. "Why are you crying?" asked the fox. "Oh," said the rabbit, "I cry because the black cat cries." "I cry because the boy cries," said the black cat. "I cry because I cannot get our goats out of the turnip field," said the boy. "I think I can get them out," said the fox. The fox ran round and round after the goats, but he could not get them out of the turnip field. So the fox sat down on the grass by the big bush and cried too. All day long, the boy, the black cat, the rabbit, and the fox sat and cried. They cried and cried until their eyes were red. When evening came, a little bee saw them crying. "Why are you crying?" asked the bee. "Oh," said the fox, "I cry because the rabbit cries." "I cry because the black cat cries," said the rabbit. "I cry because the boy cries," said the black cat. "I cry because I cannot get our goats out of the turnip field," said the boy. "I will get them out," said the bee. You, they all cried. "Can a little bee get 3 big goats out of a turnip field?" "Yes," said the bee. "Watch me, and you shall see that I really can." Away flew the bee. He flew until he came to the biggest goat. He sat on the goat's back. The biggest goat was frightened. Out of the field he ran. Then away flew the bee to the little goat's back. The little goat was frightened, and away he ran out of the turnip field. Then on flew the bee to the last goat's back. The goat was frightened. Out of the field he ran. The boy, the cat, the rabbit, and the fox watched the bee. The bee flew after the goats. "Thank you." "Good one," called the boy as the last goat ran out of the turnip field. That's the end of that story. If you want to hear another story, click on the next video. I love you, Travis and Joshua. Bye.